Hi, I am Prem and my matrix number is 201091044, and today I'll be presenting for the introduction, objective and problem statement for this case study. And these are my team members for this case study. So for the introduction, we have chosen case number 7, where a consulting electrical engineer has been asked by a client to take over the work of the previous consulting electrical engineer that has been entrusted with the work. Therefore, the code of ethics that we use to relate to this situation both are from the Board of Engineers Malaysia (BEM), National Society of Professional Engineers (NSPE), and the World Federation of Engineering Organization (WFOE). So the objective for the case study is to ensure that the client's needs are met in a professional and ethical manner, while also respecting the work and expertise of the first consulting engineer. We can say that communication and transparency are the key to resolving any issues that may have arisen before, and it's important to approach the situation with a collaborative and solution-focused mindset. So the problem statement for this case study is that the proper procedure should be attempt to resolve the issue of payment between the client and the first engineer before proceeding with any change of consultants. And if this is not possible, the matter may need to be escalated to a higher authority such as the professional organization or the legal entity to determine the appropriate course of action. And lastly, it is to ensure that the work is completed in a professional and ethical manner with due consideration given to the interests of all parties involved.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I would like to continue the discussion part. The client has the right to replace the engineer consultant according to the registration consultant contract according to the terms and conditions. However, if there are dispute of payments, the client may refer BM as a stakeholder according to the REA Regulation 31, Section 1, Clause 3, Clause C, Subsection number 2. In the exercise power conferred by the paragraph 4 of the REA, the Board of Engineers Malaysia set up procedures and rules for the engineer to take over of the work of an electrical engineer according to rules and regulations. The second consulting electrical engineer is prohibited from attempting to supplant over the first consulting electrical engineer. This will ensure that the first consulting electrical engineer retains his responsibility for the work that they have been assigned. This is to assure that the original engineer of consulting practice is protected and their work is not taken away without a valid reason. The first consulting engineer refused to agree to this change because there is a dispute of payment. According to the Regulation 31 of the REA, if the appointment of the first engineer consultant practice has been terminated in accordance with the provision, therefore, the first electrical engineer or the first engineering consultant practice claim their fees due to client, he or she can actually shall respond to 14 days of request. The second engineer can actually advise the client to submit a request form of SH appointing BM as the stakeholder. So this is the slide of the SH form, by example taken from the internet. BM shall access the sum of money to be deposited by them with them as a stakeholder. The client shall deposit to the stakeholder within 30 days. Failing to do so will fail to be withdrawn by the client. So that's all from my presentation. Thank you very much.
Hello madam, my name is Chao Seong. So, I would like to present some related example based on our case study number 7. At the first example, the engineer D is an engineer of record on the design build team led by a contractor W. This project necessitates an independent peer review of the design approach, site capability, and construction ability assessment. Furthermore, the engineer D's hired engineer F to conduct the peer review. For these cases, the engineer D must disclose any potential conflict of interest to the brand agency and other stakeholders. This disclosure is important to maintain transparency and ensure that the review is truly independent. Okay, so next, let me proceed with the example number 2, which is the engineer A create and submit a project drawings, plan and specification to a public authority for a commercial project in a small community for approval. The engineer B is assigned by the public authority to review and provide the recommendation on the documents. The engineer B also conduct inspection during construction to ensure the compliance with local work standards. In this situation, the engineer must prioritize the safety, health and welfare of the public or owner and act with honesty, integrity and objectivity. They must also avoid conflict of interest and maintain the highest level of professionalism in their work. And also continue by the final example, for the engineer B has complete a 30% design and engineer A continue to review engineer B's in-house and for the 60% design. In this situation, it will be advisable for engineer B to improve the design before seeking input from engineer A, and they should be made in consultation with the operation stakeholder. For the execution, both engineer A and B should be adhere to the NSPE and VEM code of ethics to ensure that they have provide competent engineer service to the public. That's all for me. Thank you.
My name is Hamza, and I'll be analyzing the engineering NSPE Code of Ethics from 1964 to 2080, specifically using Code 11A, where it states the engineer will not attempt to supplant another engineer in a particular employment after becoming aware that definite steps have been taken towards the other's employment. This code is relevant when the engineer attempts to obtain particular employment and when the engineer's employment would supplant another engineer. This code is violated when the engineer is aware that definite steps have been taken to employ the other engineer, and code is not violated when the engineer is not aware that definite steps have been taken to employ the other engineer. So using case 737, the Board of Ethics Review states the facts that a private practice firm and a customer client has agreed for contractual obligations, and an ex-employer of that firm has started their own firm and started soliciting their own services to the client, thus breaking the contract. So the board has deemed this engineer to be unethical because, again, they're breaking the contract and they're soliciting the work of the original firm. Case 7110, engineer B started providing services to the client of engineer A after engineer A has terminated their services with the client due to non-payment. Since Code 11A does not address anything about non-payment issues, the Board of Ethics Reviews has deemed engineer B to be ethical, since engineer B does not know whether the contacts between engineer A and the client, and as far as non-payment issues go, engineer A can pursue legal actions or settle with an agreement with the client. So judging from these two cases, we can see that the first engineer terminated their contract with the client, or the client terminated the contract with just causes, then it is still ethical for the second engineer to provide their services. If the second engineer provided with their services without knowing the working relationship between the client and the first engineer, then they are not operating unethically. But if they do, then they are unethical. As far as payment goes, the first engineer will have to dispute with the client, and they can come to an agreement or they can pursue legal actions.
My name is YONG. I have now come to the end of our group presentation. In summary, we have to highlight the ethical and professional dilemmas faced by the electrical engineers. The Engineer Code of Conduct in Malaysia, it emphasizes the importance of public safety, health and welfare in engineering practice between a consulting electrical engineer and a client to outline the terms and conditions of their service. Registrations of Engineers Act 1967, if there is a dispute over non-payment fee, the client may request the board to be the stakeholder. A letter released from the acceding registered engineer is required for contest, and a contract in writing between the first engineer and the client is required for the formal notification. The relevant example, NSPE Code of Ethics from 1964 to 1980 prohibits an engineer from attempting to supplant another engineer in a particular employment after becoming aware that definite steps have been taken toward another employment. The future research in our project, client may take shortcuts to expedite the completion of the project, causing long-term damage to the environment. Client unwilling to pay the fee need to be escalated to legal action. Problem can be resolved